So we are going to talk about adolescence, and it's specifically this topic and presentation is specifically for young boys. Also, those who don't know what adolescence is. Adolescence is a period of life between childhood and adulthood, typically spanning from age of 10 to 19. It's a time of rapid physical, cognitive, and psychosocial development encompassing the onset of puberty and transitioning into young adult. This stage is characterized by significant changes in the body, brain, and behavior, as well as evolving social relationship and identity exploration. So, let's look at few key characteristics. Physical changes. Adolescence is marked by puberty, which includes rapid growth of spats, development of secondary sexual sex characters like body hair and breast development in females, and hormonal changes. We have cognitive development, which is adolescents experience advancement in thinking, reasoning, and decision-making skills. Their brain undergoes significant changes, particularly in areas related to emotional regulation and high level of cognitive functions. The psychosocial development, which involves identity formation, the development of independence, and navigating social relationships, including peer groups and romantic interests. Have identity formation, which include grapple with the question of who they are and where they fit in, often experimenting with different roles and behaviors as they create their own identity. This is increased independence, which strive for more autonomy and responsibility, moving away from reliance on parents and seeking greater control over their lives. Then you have different stages of adolescence, which includes early adolescence, which is approximately 10 to 14 years. This stage is marked by the onset of puberty and rapid physical changes. It's also a time of increased independence and heightened peer influence. Then middle adolescence, which is 14 to 17 years. Puberty continues and adolescents further explore their identity and independence. They may experience mood swings and increased emotionality. Then there is later adolescence, approximately 17 to 21. This stage involves solidifying identity, preparing for adulthood, and potentially developing romantic relationships. So, after knowing a little bit about adolescence, let's dive more into it. So, adolescence is a period of significant development that begins with the onset of puberty and ends in 20s. Consider how different a person is at the age of 12 from the person he or she is at the age of 24. The trajectory between those two ages involves a profound amount of change in all domains of development: biological, cognitive, psychosocial, and emotional. Personal relationship and setting also change during this period as peer romantic partners become more central as the adolescent move into and then beyond secondary school or gains employment. Importantly, although the development plasticity that characterizes the period makes adolescent malleable, malleability is not synonymous with passivity. Indeed, adolescents are increasingly active agents in their own development process. Yet, as they explore, experiment, and learn, they still require scaffolding and support, including environment that bolster opportunity to thrive. A toxic environment makes healthy adolescents develop challenging. Ultimately, the transformations in body, brain, and behavior that occur during adolescence interact with each other and with the environment to shape pathways to adulthood. So, each stage of life depends on what has come before it, and young people certainly do not enter adolescence with blank slate. Rather, adolescent development is a partly consequence of early life experience. However, these early life experiences are not determinative And the adaptive plasticity of adolescence marks it as a window of opportunity for change through which mechanisms of resilient recovery and development are possible. So let's talk about puberty. Puberty, a normative development transition that all youth experience, is shaped by both social and biological processes, although often misconstrued as an abrupt, discrete event. Puberty is actually a gradual process occurring between childhood and adolescence, and one that takes many years to complete. Biologically, puberty involves a series of complex alterations at both the neutral and endocrine levels over an extended period, and resulting changes in body shape, including maturation of primary and secondary sex characteristics during the childhood and early adolescence, and ultimately the acquisition of reproductive maturity. So, talking about puberty, I have components of it, which is adrenarche and gonadach, are relevant in understanding the links between puberty and adolescent well-being. Adrenarche, which typically begins between the age of 6 to 9, refers as the maturation of hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, during which the level of adrenal androgen begin to increase. While adrenarche begin in late childhood, levels of adrenarche hormone continue to rise through adolescence, peak in the early 20s. So androgen contribute to the growth of pubic and axillary hair. Gonadal typically begins in early adolescence at the appropriate age of 9 to 11, and it involves the reactivation of hypothalamic pituitary gonadal axis, the rise of gonadal steroid hormones to adult level occurs as a result of HPG, that is hypothalamic pituitary gonadal reactivation, and is primarily responsible for breast and genital development in girls. So, just give me a minute. We are about to finish. So puberty in human psychology, the set of period of life when a child transforms into adult normally capable of procreation. So because of genetic, environmental, and other factors, the timing of puberty varies from person to person and from country to country, but it usually occurs between age 11 and 16 among moderately well-off British or North American children. For example, puberty on average peak at about age of 12 for girls and 14 for boys. So we have different stages of adolescence, which we already explained. We have age 10 to 13. During this stage, children often start to grow more quickly. They also begin to notice other body changes, including hair growth under the arms and near the genital, breast development in female, and enlargement of testicle in male. They usually start a year too early in girls than boys, and it can be normal for some changes to start as early as 8 for females and at the age of 9 for males. Many girls may start their periods at the age of 12 or average 2 to 3 years after the onset of breast development. So, adolescence is the phase of life between childhood and adulthood from age of 10 to 19. It's a unique stage of human development and an important time for laying the foundation of good health. Adolescents experience rapid physical, cognitive, and psychosocial growth. This affects how they feel, think, make decisions, and interact with the world around them. Despite being thought of as a healthy stage of life, there is significant death, illness, and injury in the adolescent years. Much of this is preventable or treatable. During this phase, adolescents establish patterns of behavior, for instance, related to diet, physical activity, substance use, and sexual activity, can protect their health and the health of others around them, or put their health at risk now in the future. So, to grow and develop in good health, adolescents need information including age-appropriate comprehensive sexual education, opportunity to develop life skills, health services that are acceptable, equitable, appropriate, and effective, and safe and supportive environment. They also need opportunity to meaningfully participate in the design and delivery of intervention to improve and maintain their health. Expounding such opportunity is key to responding to adolescent specific needs and rights. Thank you so much for today, and let's meet on the next topic.